Alright guys, Arsenal have just beaten Tottenham in the North London derby by 3 goals to 1, and my god, Tottenham are in trouble. Not in terms of relegation, but how on earth do they move forward? This is a team that were in the Champions League final just over 2 years ago, which is incredible to say after watching that performance. Arsenal just blew them away in the first half an hour. The first goal coming from Emile Smith-Rowe, who was man of the match today. Nice bit of play down the right-hand side. Bukayo Saka just squared it in the box to Smith-Rowe. No Tottenham defender followed him. No Tottenham defender was even close to him. And he had half the goal to aim at and made it 1-0. And then about 10 minutes later, Tottenham had the ball in the opposition third, and I think sorry. Now I'm on about the wrong goal here. The second goal was a pass from Aaron Ramsdale to Granit Xhaka. Pierre-Emerick tried to intercept it, and it looked as though he got there first in front of Xhaka, but he couldn't quite get his foot around the ball, and it went wrong. It went like behind him, the ball. But it looked as though Xhaka had pushed him. On replay, Xhaka had barely touched him, so it definitely wasn't a foul. And from that, Arsenal went forward. Aubameyang flicked it to Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe carried the ball forward and played it back to Aubameyang. And Aubameyang, with his weak foot, struck it into the bottom right corner, and produced a Thierry Henry celebration against Tottenham. Very fitting. Thierry Henry seemed to enjoy it in the crowd. And Arsenal made it 3 about 5 minutes later, this time through Bukayo Saka. Harry Kane had the ball in the opposition third. He got tackled. Well, I say he got tackled, he just fell on the floor and lost the ball. Arsenal brought it forward. It got played out to Bukayo Saka. And Harry Kane did get back. He tackled Saka and then played the ball straight back to him. And Saka just had a fairly simple finish. He just had to side-foot it past the keeper. And that made it 3-0, and that was game done. Just Tottenham was so easy to counter-attack against. With Tottenham, they're playing a 4-3-3 at the moment. Dele Alli and Tanguy Ndombele are not reliable. Liverpool also play a 4-3-3. And if you look at Liverpool's midfield, they play a similar system to Liverpool, in fact. Like, it's not like Man City 4-3-3. You cannot afford to have 2 players out of your midfield 3 not doing any defensive work, really. You can afford to have maybe 1 not doing defensive work, but 2, you can't do that. You cannot just leave the defensive work of the midfield purely to Pierre-Emerick. And that's what Dele Alli and Ndombele did. You cannot, if you're playing Dele Alli, you cannot play Ndombele. If you're playing Ndombele, you cannot play Dele Alli. That's why they beat Man City, because against Man City they had Skip and Højbjerg, which, you know, and also against Man City, Man City aren't a team who really counter-attack. They sort of more grind you down rather than hit you on the counter-attack. So that suits Tottenham a bit more. But Dele Alli and I don't see the point in playing Dele Alli and Ndombele, because they were both useless in attack today. Like, Dele Alli this season, he just looks poor again. He had a crap season last year. He had a crap season the year before, and an average season the year they got to the Champions League final. Like, his first 3 seasons at Tottenham, especially the first 2, were brilliant, and then it's just gone so far downhill since then for some reason. And Ndombele, he's just not been worth the money at all, has he? He has a good game every now and again, but he's far too inconsistent. And I've seen rumours recently linking him to Man United. Man United would be bloody stupid to buy him. Man United needs someone like Jude Bellingham or, I don't know, James Ward-Prowse or Declan Rice in their midfield. They do not need Tanguy and Ndombele. Tottenham did manage to pull one back though with about 10 minutes to go through Heung-Min Son, but other than that, they didn't really look like scoring. There was a Lucas Moura shot that did get deflected, and Aaron Ramsdale made a great save to tip it on the bar. But other than that, Tottenham just didn't really look like scoring. Harry Kane had very little impact on the game again. I just think with Harry Kane at the moment, I kind of feel a bit sorry for him, because the reason he is having to come so deep is he's not getting the service. Tottenham are missing. Tottenham have been on the decline ever since they sold Moussa Dembele, because Dembele is a midfielder that's perfect for any team, because he does the work and he is fairly creative. He can create chances. And playing him and Eric Dyer worked, because that allowed Dele Alli to have the free role as the number 10, who is relieved of defensive responsibilities. Like Dele Alli isn't a central midfielder. He needs to be playing in like a very advanced number 8 role, not quite a number 10, but it's just not working for Tottenham. But fair play to Arsenal though. They've looked good since the international break. It's been a real change of fortunes for them. And before the game today, I looked at Arsenal's team sheet, and it looks all right. Like Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka, 3 very good young players. Aubameyang, he played very well today, and we all know that Aubameyang is a top player. He did have a very bad season last year, but you know, there were a couple of reasons for that. He did have malaria at one point, and I think he had another problem as well. But before that, his first 2.5 years at Arsenal, he was phenomenal. He was like, his goal scoring records, considering that Arsenal have been on the decline, was quite good. And Thomas Partey, he is a very good player, but he's just been in a very inconsistent Arsenal team. Xhaka, we all know what Xhaka's like. He's a decent player, but at once every 4 games, let's say, he has an absolute clanger, and that's just what you get with him. He's like the midfield version of Dejan Lovren. Defence today looked quite good. Gabriel, Ben White, that could be a potentially good partnership. Tommy Yasu on the right looks good. Tierney, we all know, is a very good player. And Ramsdale, you know, he's not yet proven, but you know, he's not a terrible keeper, definitely. He's just been at 2, let's be honest, rubbish sides in the Premier League so far in his career. But yeah, that's my thoughts on today's game in the North London derby. I don't know why, if on the camera it looks like my screen's a little bit, I don't know what the word is, it just looks like there's a load of dust in the air. It doesn't feel like it in here, but on the camera it just looks a bit like that. But yeah, it was a good game to watch, especially in the first half, if you're an Arsenal fan. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.